Super Retro Force.
I just can't seem to help myself. You see, claim sales are a blessing and also a curse. If you're collecting video games, sometimes you get a bit carried away, and I kind of got carried away these past couple of months. And I just want to share what I picked up in these recent pickups. Yeah, there's a few boxes here from a bunch of different claim sellers. You already know the drill if you followed this channel for quite a while. Let's get into it. Welcome to the CesArcade.
Get ready.
Okay, now that we're all set up here, I picked up a lot of 7th and 8th generation games, so that's going to be today's focus. A lot of PS3, a lot of PS4, some Xbox One games as well. So let's get into it, starting off with Quiche Boy Games, of course, my son. Starting off with Child of Eden. Now, I don't know too much about this game, but it does look like a futuristic, graphical acid trip. It's made by Tetsuya Mizuguchi, who's the creator of Rez and Luminous. This out. I do want to pick up a Move controller at some point, just to see what the motion controls are like, even though I'm not a big motion. Next up we have Assassin's Creed Revelations, only $5. This is the signature edition. I believe it comes with the original Assassin's Creed on the Blu-ray, which is very interesting. It seems like there's an indicator there on the disc that does include that. Why I'm picking up the Assassin's Creed games on PS3, I want to make a separate video for. I don't want to get into it today, otherwise I'll be here all damn day. So, Skate 3, best offer accepted for $10. I got the Greatest Hits edition. For some reason, this game comes in a clear case despite being Greatest Hits. So thankfully, I might have a spare red case that I can swap it out for. But yep, here it is, Skate 3. Looking forward to actually checking out some of the Skate games, because as much as I enjoy watching people play them, I'm not really that good in them. This is from claim seller I'm not familiar with, and it's from Dr. Jones 000. So we got some Xbox One titles here that they're not going to excite most of you, I get it, but for the prices I got them for, I just couldn't resist. I believe this whole thing was only $24, and I picked up Battlefield 4. Now this one I originally played back when it came out, and I think I traded it in because I wasn't really a fan of the multiplayer. I was more of a COD guy, I'll be honest with you, but I always wanted to check out the campaigns for these games, and I'm gonna give them a shot at some point. Also picked up Battlefield 5, so now I have Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, and Battlefield 4 on the Xbox One. And next up we have Ghost Recon Wildlands. I was a big fan of the Ghost Recon series all the way from the original Xbox up until these entries. These are the ones I completely skipped out on. And last but not least, in that claim sale, I decided to get the physical edition of Metro Redux. I got the digital version. I know. I'm trying to correct all digital purchases and getting physical releases of them. And that's what I did with this one. I love the Metro games. So thank you, Dr. Jones, for those claims. Callie claims, the Callie Clutch, Queen of Claims, as I always call her. And there you go. You got another one of those stickers thrown in there. And there's quite a few claims in here from 2 different claim sales that I saw. Reached out to Callie. I was like, look, I'm really interested in these games. How much are you offering them for? And of course, Callie always gives the deals. So let's see what we got here. First off, we have Dishonored Definitive Edition. Now, I originally got Dishonored 2 and Dishonored, I forgot the spin-off. Callie hooked me up, and now I have it. So, yeah. Always wanted to play those Dishonored games. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Next up, we have Dying Light: The Following. Now, I originally owned Dying Light on the PS4. Then I ended up trading it in at some point. Then I ended up downloading it digital when it was dirt cheap. Then I ended up getting the Switch version for Christmas one year, and I was just like, you know what? I do not want to start a new save file on inferior hardware for this game in particular, even though the Switch version is really good. I decided, I was like, you know what, if I'm going to get it physically, I'm going to get it on the PS4, and this edition has all the DLC on the disc. Final Fantasy 13-2. I want to get all the Final Fantasy 13 games on the PS3 because I originally played 13 on the PS3. Never did pick up its sequel, although I do remember Surgeman X bringing this over at some point. On my older channel, we did a video on that. This one's complete, has the little registration card in there and everything. I heard a lot of great things about 13-2 and the sequel in particular, and it's got a holofoil cover. I mean, I love Lightning characters design-wise. So, yeah, we're gonna add that one to the collection, of course. Another classic Call of Duty game from back in the days that I wanted to check out online, and I got my ass whooped because the player base on this one is a bit smaller, but it's very dedicated. Call of Duty World at War. Got it. I was like, you know what? I want this one as well on the PS3. Got the Greatest Hits edition because, like, why not? It looks cool with that red case. And yeah, that's why I decided to pick this one up to get my arse whooped once again. What else did we get? Alien Isolation, the Nostromo edition. Now I have this on the Xbox One. I have it digitally on PS4 and Switch. Still one of these days, one of my favorite 8th generation video games of all time. I love Alien, just saw Romulus, really enjoyed that movie, and I'm happy Alien is back in the spotlight. So I decided to check out the PS3 edition of all editions. Why? I don't know, it's just a curiosity of mine. I want to own pretty much every copy I can of the games I really enjoy, and PS3 edition actually comes with a manual. I don't think any other version has a manual. I gotta double check my Xbox One copy. But yeah, this one actually comes with a manual. It's very interesting that it does, because this is still the best Alien game ever made. That's not discounting Alien Trilogy, which you already know is still one of my favorites. Next up, what else did we get? Trying to pick up all the God of War games that came out on PS3, HD collections and whatnot. This is one that is still locked to the PS3, God of War Ascension. This was the only one I was missing. Now I have all the God of Wars on the PlayStation 3. So yeah, now that I got that. Next up, still missing 2 games on the PS3 for this series, but I got one of them here in this lot, and that is Ratchet & Clank Nexus. Now, it deals a lot with zero gravity and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it does not come with a manual. The sucker bought the GBG here. Whoever it was, the previous owner on this game. But I heard a lot of great things about this one in particular, and I'm glad I finally own Into the Nexus. I always liked the cover art for this one in particular. Next, we got 2 Little Big Planet games that I was missing physically. First one is Little Big Planet 2, the Special Edition, which has over $35 of bonus content and new move functionality. I love this series to death. This was the only one that was missing physically for the PS3, so now I have all 3 Little Big Planets on the PlayStation 3, once again reunited with Little Big Planet 2, which, in my honest opinion, was a better game than the first one. And last but not least, this is one that I completely missed out on. I didn't even realize it until I saw it again, and I was like, wait a minute, Little Big Planet had a karting spin-off? You gotta be kidding me. But here it is, Little Big Planet Karting. This one kind of came out of the blue. This came out after Mod Nation Racers. It's developed by the same people actually, and I'll be perfectly honest with you, this versus Mod Nation Racers, this is the better game. It's got a little story mode to it as well, in the classic Little Big Planet style. Doesn't need it, but it's still tons of fun, especially if you like kart racers. Little Big Planet Karting is a definite must-have. I really enjoy it, and I think it handles a lot better than Mod Nation. So we're gonna put that one there. Don't sleep on Little Big Planet Karting. It's dirt cheap. You can get it for like under $10 these days. And yeah, thank you Cali Claims for the claims. I really do appreciate it. I think I'm saying this right. Mora Bros Claims. Anyways, the name's popping up down here. You already know. Got a sticker to go with the claims here. This is going in my sticker of claim seller wall. It's the side of one of my gaming shelves. Anyways, nice logo. I love it. Let's see what we got. There's 2 claim sales here combined into one in this video. First off, look at this. I've been wanting to get this for the longest time. It was only $5. I believe it was in a Burger King or McDonald's kids meal toy. It's Pinball Mario, or in this case, as I call him, Bario. And it's in great shape. It's kind of squishy as well, so it doesn't really bounce. But I don't want to throw this around too much because I don't want to scrape the paint. It's in great shape, and I absolutely adore this little guy. So I'm going to put him right here, and you're going to see him in the background of my videos moving forward. The original version of The Last of Us. Now this game got remastered on PS4. That's where I originally played it. But the PS3 edition was always a curiosity of mine, and since I loved Naughty Dog during this era, not so much now, The Last of Us on PS3, I wanted to check out. And I never finished The Last of Us on PS4. It seems to be an ongoing trend with me in particular, but just the intro alone for this game still blows my mind, and it's still one hell of a game. I know a lot of people say that it's the best game ever made. I wouldn't go that far, but it is still very enjoyable, and yeah, I'm glad I got the original version. Medal of Honor Warfighter, the game that killed the Medal of Honor series. It was cheap, that's why I got it. Last but not least, for the PS3, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Once again, this was the last Call of Duty game I think I needed to complete the original games that I played when I was really into Call of Duty Online. Black Ops 2 was no exception, and to this day still has the best Nuketown if you ask me. Still my favorite of the online Call of Duty games from that era. You just had to be there, man. The music alone, simply divine. I absolutely adore this game. And the player base is still running rampant. I'm still amazing at this game. Damn, man, ever since they introduced these Starburst flavors, I've been hooked on Sparkling Ice. Yo, picked up Resident Evil 6, my least favorite Resident Evil game. I played through Leon's campaign, Helena as a baddie, but oh man, I just couldn't play the other campaigns. I gotta give this game another shot at some point, but it was definitely a huge disappointment when it originally came out. This one has all the DLC and multiplayer maps for the Mercenaries mode, which, in my honest opinion, is still the best feeling in terms of movement. Forza Horizon 3 and Forza Horizon 4. Now, I've picked up the Forza Horizon games on the 360 in the past. You already know I enjoy the Forza Horizon series, but I never got around to playing Forza Horizon 3 or 4. And I'm hearing a lot of great things about these two, and everybody says that these are peak from after having huge installation issues with Forza Horizon 3. For some reason, the damn thing kept locking up and wouldn't download past 1.5 gigs. I had to go into the marketplace with the disc in my system to further download it for some reason. I don't know. This game's got issues trying to install. But that being said, from what I played from this one, the sense of speed, the graphics look amazing. Still a great time regardless. Forza Horizon 4, I heard, added seasons into the mix, and really looking forward to playing this one too, because I just love the Forza Horizon games. This one actually is getting delisted, or is already delisted as we speak, so I'm glad I picked up the physical edition of it now, because you know how I feel when games get delisted. I'm not a big fan of that crap. So that's all we got from Moral Bros Claims. Thank you again for the claims, Moral Bros. You definitely are a bro. I appreciate it. Alright, what do we got? We got some claims from Mikey's Bodega. Love this guy. So what did we get from Mikey Bodega in his recent claim sale? I owe you a review, buddy. I owe quite a few people reviews. We got some games here. We got some PS3, a PSP. We got a freebie thrown in there, a 360 game. Greatest hits version of Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. I love the Lego games, especially the Lego Star Wars games. My first one I ever played was on the PSP with the original trilogy. Decided to pick this one up. It was cheap. I believe it was cheap. So I picked it up. Thank you again, adding that to the PS3 pile that just keeps on growing. I mean, look at that. Luminous 2. Been trying to buy up some more PSP games recently, and Luminous 2 was one of those ones that I always missed. I originally missed out on them. I was more of a Meteos guy on the DS. I love Meteos. Oh, I love me some Meteos. Solo Luminous 2 for cheap. Decided to pick it up, because why not? It's Luminous, and you can't go wrong with a Luminous game. The rest are PS3 games, and we got a 360 game here. I'm trying not to buy for the 360 anymore. My Xbox and 360 shelf are stacked. Huge. The whole FOMO buying that I did earlier this year, it had to stop at some point because I have no more room for these games. I have no more room on my PS3 or PS4 shelf. I need another shelf for this shit. So anyways, Call of Juarez Bound in Blood though. I heard it was one of the best Call of Juarez games, and I always like me a good Western shooter, especially in first person, which is what this game is. I look forward to checking this one. Mikey's Bodega, you didn't have to do this, but you did it anyways. You threw in a freebie for one of my favorite Xbox 360 games out there, and that is Alien vs. Predator. I freaking love this game. Since I already have this one, I'm probably going to give this one over to one of my Super Retro Force brothers. So yeah, thank you again, Mikey Bodega, for that freebie. Freebies are always welcome. I don't mind a freebie. I mean, do you? We got a stack of PS3 games. What Mikey Bodega does during his claim sales usually is if you claim games, you're entitled to a freebie. So he'll mix those in with some of the regular claims, and if you catch it, you claim the game. It's free. I'm not gonna say no to a free game. What do we have here? We have, oh my god. This one was one of the freebies. I saw the red case and I was like, oh man. After you're gone and left me crying, after you're gone, there's no denying. Play Bioshock Infinite, god darn it. If you haven't played that game yet, still one of my favorite games of all time. What else did we get from Mikey Bodega? 2 more freebies actually. These were PlayStation Move games, and I saw this, and it had a cute little monkey guy on it, and his friend in the sequel, iPet and Friends. Look at him. He's a furry little cute monkey guy. Monkeys, but he's kind of cute. He looked like a little puppy monkey baby thing. So I decided to claim them. They were free. I didn't, it's free, okay? Don't judge me. Yeah, they look like kids for games, because they are. That was a thing. Pet simulators. Like, I don't have a beautiful cat as it is. Alright, next up we have 2 more games. I got them for cheap. South Park and the Stick of Truth. This one was one that I think I downloaded digitally at some point. I forgot what system it was for. It was like $1.99. I never played it. So I was like, you know what, let me just get this physically because I heard a lot of great things about this. I'm not the biggest South Park fan, I'll be honest with you. I only ever watched it when I would go over to my cousin's house and they'd be watching it. It was funny. I hate it when they always used to kill Kenny all the time, poor guy. And last but not least, we picked up for $5 Red Faction Guerrilla. This is a game that I always wanted to play and I never got around to it, so I'm finally picking it up in this claim sale. Lots of destruction in this one. I unfortunately missed out on, so I'm deciding to pick this one up. So yeah, those were the claims from Mikey's Bodega. Thank you again, Mikey Bodega. I appreciate all the claims and the freebies too. Oh man, I can't say no to freebies. And last but not least, we got some claims from the PSP Guru backup. And I'm making sure the bills are paid. So let's get this box open. Packed it like it was ready for nuclear war. Alright, cool. Thank you, PSP Guru backup. Yeah, that's just padding. Future Soldier. This one I have loose on the Xbox 360. I've yet to play this one in particular, but I heard it was really good, so I decided to just get it on PS3 so I could have it. CIB. Next up, we have the PS3 version of Resident Evil 6. I know what you're thinking. This guy is stupid. Why is he wasting money on games that he's already getting a better version for? Listen, I know it sounds stupid, but if I want the PS3 version and the PS4 version of a certain game, then I'm gonna collect it, especially if it's like $5. Okay? It's what it is. Look, because collecting video games is as fun as playing them. Moving forward, I want to change up the content on this channel and talk a little bit more about individual experiences with certain games, whether it be my first time playing them or not. I want to do that series moving forward, and hopefully I can launch it by early next year. Sleeping Dogs. I remember playing this with my brother-in-law when it originally came out and being super excited about it. You seem like a very dangerous man, Wei Shen. This one in particular, I always liked the cover art for. And yeah, that's why I picked it up on PS3, because Sleeping Dogs is a great game. If you haven't played it, check it out. And that is Dishonored. Like I said, I always wanted to check out the original Dishonored game, and now I have 2 ways to play it. I can either play it on PS3 or I can play it on PS4. I'll probably just play it on PS4, but the thing about the PS3 edition is that PS4 don't have, is that it's got a manual. You know, like, I mean, it's a pretty decent manual too. It's illustrated. It's got color. Jeez, $5 well spent. It's even got a slip there for the BFG edition of Doom 3, which is still my favorite Doom. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah, we got a game I've never played before, and I heard GameCube Galaxy was recommending me this one. It's the Skidoo Snowmobile Challenge. I don't know what the hell a Skidoo is. Do you know? Let me know in the comment section down below, but it's a snowmobile game. And it looks pretty solid, so I decided to check it out. It was cheap. Next up, we have an absolute classic. decided to pick this one up on PS3 because I'm going back to some of the earlier Bethesda games, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, the Game of the Year edition, greatest hits, red case, was looking mighty sexy next to my PS3 that's super dusty right now. I gotta dust that sucker. But yeah, decided to pick this one up on PS3 because I heard it looks and plays a little bit better than the 360 version. Granted, that doesn't really matter with backwards compatibility, but regardless, having all the content on one disc always beats having it on two discs. So that's why I picked it up. Yeah. And last but not least, we're going back to the past. This is for the complete Borderlands Game of the Year edition. That's right, all of it is right here in this game. Now, just want to make a note here, for those of you who are looking for the original Borderlands, yes, I know it got an anniversary edition for modern day consoles. Yeah, okay, that's great. You could get that version, get everything on that. But me in particular, this is a game I experienced on the 360 and PS3, and I wanted to get it again on PS3. So I decided to pick up the Game of the Year edition. Now there are two Game of the Year editions. Take note, there are two versions of the Game of the Year edition of Borderlands. There's one that has all 4 add-on packs as a code, and all 4 add-on packs on disc. It says it in the text down here on the front of the case. It'll tell you whether it's a code or all 4 packs are there. So, that being said, you also want to make note of the actual disc itself. The disc will look different. Keep that in mind. Another reason why I wanted to pick this one up in particular was because, of course, I don't know about the current remastered version, if that has a manual, but this one certainly does. And it's a pretty thick manual too. It looks great. It's all illustrated. Look at this. It's got a code for Duke Nukem Forever First Access. Look at that. Who the hell wants access to that game? Not me. And look at this. Oh my god, this claim sale came at the right time because I was looking at copies of this on eBay and I almost pulled the trigger, but when I saw this go up in this claim sale, I was like hopeful that it would include this map. This is amazing. PSP Guru Backup, you rock, my friend. I wasn't even aware that this came included with the copy that you were selling, but I was hopeful. I didn't ask questions because it was so cheap. It was only $5. Look at that. That is sick. I love this. I want to hang this up. I want to frame it actually. Isn't that amazing? It's got Mad Moxie on it too. On the... Oh, this is awesome. So yeah, once again, another reason why I picked it up on the PS3 was all this physical, tangible goodness that the physical edition comes with. And like I said, all the DLCs on the disc. You just gotta probably install it separately. But, oh man, this is fantastic. And what a way to end it too. Game of the Year edition of one of the best games that ever came out on the PS3 and Xbox, Borderlands. So that's it for today's pickups. I hope you all enjoyed what I got in today's video. I know a lot of you probably played some of these bangers. If you have, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm really interested in hearing your opinions of some of these games. Which ones stood out to you? Which ones do you remember growing up and playing on the PS3, Xbox 360, even PS4? I want to know. Let me know in the comment section down below. And I really all appreciate you for tuning in. I got an end card for this video in particular popping up right now, so thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed today's video and you like my face and enjoy my voice enough to hear me talk more about video games, then maybe hit that subscribe button down below to share your support. And if you want to see a video that I did recently, it's popping up over here on this corner of the screen. And I also handpicked a playlist related to today's topic in case you're interested in that. So anyways, thanks again for watching, everybody. I wish you all a good game and good night.